Hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Monday Morning Jumpstart with the Ted Capshaw. Hello, the Ted Capshaw.
Ted Capshaw makes me blush. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thanks.
I'm excited about this message today because, we talked about SMART goals and we talked about attainable but stretching them. But I think it's a very important piece or message when it comes to setting up anything you're wanting to attain. And that is always when you're starting to start small. And I know you did this yourself, Ted. So what is your messaging to everyone around this?
Yeah, I think with goal setting, when I speak to this starting small, I think sometimes it's not practical. Like I want people to think, slow down for a second. We talked about that last week. The reason I propose when I coach people around goals to start small, there's two things. And the first one is probably, from my lens, the most important. It's emotional, right? I want you to experience success. I don't want you to completely undershoot, but I want you to get that ball rolling. So you talk about that cliche snowball effect, but it's emotional, right? Like last year, I remember talking on one episode with you about the first check that I got. The check was not anything monumental. As a matter of fact, it was for $70. I remember, because I remember the mindset was this idea that they paid personal trainers at the time, many years ago, $70 an hour. So pay me $70 an hour to coach you. But what happened emotionally? So the goal was to get a paycheck for $70. The outcome for me was, oh my God, I got a check. And so I want people, when we talk about starting small, it's not because we don't want you achieving bigger things. It's that I want you to get that emotional hit and then go, hey, I want to go replicate it and then start to build on it. So that would be the first piece about this idea of starting small. The second piece about starting small for me is the quote that it's one of my favorite, which is long-term consistency will always trump short-term intensity. When we come up with these high, crazy goals, we go all in, right? We go, I got to go achieve big things at lightning speed, etc. And that's that intensity that usually falls off versus long-term consistency. So if you start off with something small that's going to lead up incrementally to something bigger, you're getting the emotional feel of, hey, I just want something. And now you're going to add to it, right? You're going to say, hey, like the healthier lifestyle, right? And I always use the same example because it was just the one, and it's somebody that was near and dear, and then this is many years ago at this point, wanted to lose weight, wanted to live a healthier lifestyle. The first thing we did, the only thing that we did in the first month was stop drinking soft drinks, Coke, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, I didn't want to talk about anything else. And then after that was achieved consistently, and the person was feeling, by the way, some pounds already came off, right? Like, and they're feeling some energy and all. Now let's add something to it, right? And now we got something going. So that's, for me, those are the two big things. We talk about starting small, but for me, the two big things are, one, the emotional hit, and then two, it just bakes in consistency, which I'm always going to coach people towards consistency, not going all into something 2 feet and just plowing through, because those are the people that fall off for me.
And it's almost like you become like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
Like once you can do it, then the more building on that and doing more seems so much more attainable. And you also feel so powerful. I feel like it doesn't take a lot to feel powerful. Like it's like, for me, like a small example, it's like I stopped drinking coffee in the morning, and Ted knows I have lemon water and hot water and lemon. And then the first week or two when I did that, I didn't feel any like physical health changes. And I don't even know to this day if I already, I have. Yeah, I should take that back. I have. But it was just that powerful feeling of knowing that I did this thing, right? And I showed up for myself as well. Like I said I was going to do something and I did it. And it didn't matter how tiny it was. And like I try and like equate this to like our writers that are listening now, right? And I think of like, if you're going to take a program, don't just buy a program from us, right? Like how many hours a day are you going to devote to this? Like even if it's like 1 hour a day, I devote 1 hour a day towards being a writer, right? And and it's either going through a program or it's building your business. And like, even if it's just building your LinkedIn profile, right? And that is like goal number one. We have small programs, finishing one program, goal number 2 down. Practicing my writing, like however many hours a day, and like publishing on my own LinkedIn profile. Like, I feel like that doesn't like seem big, but doing those things and proving that you can do them, I feel like is huge. And then you also, I feel like that way you don't get caught up in that shiny object syndrome, right? Like with all the possibilities, because we know that the possibilities are endless, right? There's always going to be something else that you could be doing before you get that $70 paycheck.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. There's a lot of tentacles under this. Focus, you're hitting it again, this idea of how you're feeling about things, the small incremental movement, all of it. The message isn't complex today as much as it is that, the last 2 weeks have not been complex.
Mm-hmm.
But we are challenging you right out of the gate this year to take these seemingly simple concepts and really dig in. Like, are you somebody that's using this method of small incremental change to create monumental change in your life, right? And then just compare notes to your past and people that surround you. You can see people. They had these big high-arching goals and they jumped 2 feet in. Where are they? They're running around crazy. Are they living any level of meaningful life? Are they being effective? Right? Because it's not just about meaningful life. It's, are you effective? I'm not effective when I'm trying to go at everything full speed. I'm not.
And I think we talk about this as well, Ted. Like, we also want people to like enjoy life, right? Like, and if you're so consumed by something or consumed by the thing that you have to do, or sometimes even consumed by what you are not doing, right? Or what you are not accomplishing and not getting to, that is not an enjoyable state of life or state of being.
I'm giggling because you're so spot on about it. I'll go back. I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago. I talked about my wife and I writing down the thing. Quickly, what happens in a scenario like that is like, all right, we're gonna eat healthier. I'm not gonna drink during the week anymore. I love a glass of bourbon. My wife loves a glass of wine. Like, and then all of a sudden you quickly go to, I got to live.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to do some things that I enjoy. You know what I mean? And so, I shouldn't be putting out here that I'm drinking all the time, because that's not my point, because I'm not drinking all the time. What I am saying though is, but I'm not going to eat any chocolate. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to eat everything clean. Well, God dang. So again, now we go into the consistency, the word that I'll put next to it. I wouldn't be able to sustain that.
Sustainable.
My body wouldn't even be able to. My body's going to go, I want red meat, or I want something sweet, or I want something, versus going, hey, you know what? I'm going to do these small incremental things. I'm still going to enjoy life, So
it's so funny you say that, because my husband is like, goes through like these health nut phases, right? And he's like really into cold showers. And I'm like, listen, it's my one enjoyment every day is a scorching hot shower. I don't care how bad that is for me and how good a cold shower is. I am not kidding.
No, well, and look, if it's working for your husband, amen to that. But I think that drives home the point that you're making. I'm with you. Like, no, unless somebody guarantees that it's going to add 5 years to my life. Like, I'm not waking up in the morning and taking a freaking cold shower. Like, not going to be in my.
But okay, so our main message for today is small incremental goals. And I do like that sustainable piece of that too, Ted. Something that is sustainable, that fits into your life, right? And still allows for enjoyment and all that. So basically for today, how they're going to outline that is that to be correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So next week is a little bit of a tougher one, everyone. We're going to be talking about boundaries. Very important, but not always so easy. So we will see you then. Have a great week.